So, generally speaking, very light month for you guys. How are you adjusting to, having all these days with no games?
Good. I mean, it's kind of unusual, I guess, after the last couple of years to have spaced out games, but nice to come back from the long break, play a couple, and kind of get your feet under you, and just kind of get ready for the final couple months here.
Do you guys feel like you talk about it much, like, okay, we're almost there, or is it something just like you just tunnel vision and just go to the next game?
Yeah, pretty much tunnel vision. I think everybody has an understanding of later in the season you're kind of amping your game up, I guess. We have areas we can definitely improve. So I would say it's not discussed much, but I think everybody has the understanding of what's ahead.
Jacob, do you feel like recently, have you noticed things tightening up defensively? Do you feel like you guys are giving up even less at this point in the season than maybe you were earlier in the season? It seems like scoring chances, like the Ottawa game, it didn't seem like they had too much. So do you feel solid about where you guys are with that right now?
Definitely getting better. I think that's what you should expect, I guess, out of your team, is to play better defensively as the season goes on and kind of iron out the kinks. So, yeah, I would say it's improved from where it was at the start of the year. So it's definitely a positive.
Keandre, recently, just watching, it looks like he's playing with as much confidence as we've seen him since he's been here. Do you sense the same thing?
Yeah, I mean he's been great, especially I mean all year he's been very consistent, very good. I think of late he's made some that goal was pretty impressive. He definitely has the ability to make some of those plays, and I mean even out in practice you can see he's more confident with the puck, making more passes when we're practicing power plays. He's definitely blossoming, I'd say, into his own, and it's good to see him. He works really hard. He dedicates a lot of time and effort to getting better, and I mean he's being rewarded for it. He should be.
Even away from the puck though, because like those plays stand out. Do you feel like defensively he looks and feels better than he's been since he's been here in your eyes?
Yeah, I mean I'd say overall his whole game's improved. I think he's skating really well. He's always skated well, but I think he's kind of, I'd say, just more comfortable making his reads. He's more confident when he makes them, and he makes a play, and he's got the talent and the ability to do those plays, and now the confidence is there, which is great.
A couple big divisional games on deck here. How important are those games this time of year in particular?
Yeah, I mean we're gonna have a lot of them. It feels like we haven't really played our division much at all, so I think everybody kind of saw that when the schedule came out. We got a pretty loaded back couple months with some big games, so we put ourselves in a good spot, and now it's time to go execute those games.
What do you know about Washington since you saw them opening night? Haven't seen them since. Have you looked at them? Are they different? What do you think?
Obviously, a lot changes from where we were the first game of the year. So on both sides, really. So haven't really looked much yet. Save that for day before. But yeah, I mean, obviously they're right there with us in the standings, and they've been a good team for a long time, and those are the teams that we want to start beating.
Jacob, we asked you about Schneider, I think, when he first came up. Have you seen anything to change your initial impression of him so far?
Nope, I pretty much nailed it. No, I mean he's been great. Again, he plays with confidence. He's a little quirky on the bench. He's funny. He makes some comments that you just smile, and he's just out there having fun being a kid, and it's refreshing really to kind of have someone with that attitude who's really just enjoying themselves. It's good to see. It's a good reminder even for me when you get in those moods and you see him and puts a smile on my face. So he's a great guy to have in the room. He's been playing extremely well in the ice.
When you see a young guy come in, especially in the middle of the season, and he kind of has the reputation of him as being more of a shutdown guy rather than an offensive guy, do you feel like it usually takes a little bit longer than it's taken him to kind of fit in and play the way that you guys need to play?
Yes and no. I mean, there's an adjustment to the game. I remember when I first started playing, it's faster and a little more difficult in that sense. That's an adjustment, but it's also easier when guys are always in the right spot. You know your reads. It's more of a, I guess, structured game where, in that sense, it's easier because it's quicker, but you make the right play and guys are there. And in that sense, it's easier. But I'd say he doesn't put himself in trouble. It's kind of his game is steady, confident, and he plays a hard, strong game, and he's fit right in. So he's on a good path.
What kind of funny comments does he make on the bench?
They're just kind of like one-liners, or like even just be like, "Oh, did you see that?" or like something like that. Like you're just like, "Yeah, I saw that." Like Brent does that every other game. But it's just stuff like that. He's funny. He's smiling, having a good time, which is good.
Coach says that he sees him as a mini Trouba. Do you see that?
I mean, there's definitely similarities. I think kind of the style he plays the game, and I mean, obviously I like playing that style game. I think that's the best way for a defenseman to play, in my opinion. And I think he does a lot of things really well, and that's probably his great. He doesn't really have a weakness. He just does everything very well, which is a good trait to have.
Like when Chris Kreider's scoring all these goals, playing the way he's playing, what do you guys marvel at? What is like the talk among you guys about him?
I don't know. It's not really discussed much. I think I don't think anybody's surprised by it in the room. I think he's obviously scored a lot of them around the net, and he's kind of falling into the same. He knows what he's good at, and he puts himself in positions to be successful. And I mean, there's a lot of good guys on that power play. You can't cover all of them, and it seems like he's getting pucks in front of the net and putting them in. And he's by no chance is that luck or fortune. Like he practices it. He works tipping pucks, screens. He practices it every day. So it's not really shocking, I don't think, to anybody that he's scoring these goals, but definitely good to see, and hopefully he keeps it up.
Is he tough to move out of there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in practice, he's been starting to like go behind the net and come out the other side. That's pretty tough to defend. You got to keep an eye on him, and when he gets there, he's obviously a big, strong body. He's tough to move.
Is it not talked about as much because he doesn't like talking about himself?
He just doesn't like talking about himself to you guys.
That's been really obvious.
Okay, so
I hear about it enough. No, he's good in that sense. He's not looking for the spotlight. He is very deflective, I guess, in his praise he deserves, and it's just the person he is, I guess.
Yeah.